wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
Anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press Show. I'm JC, joined today by my co-host Jeff. Jeff, you okay, buddy? You doing all right?
Hey, I'm at the tail end of this nasty virus. I'm back. I'm feeling better. I'm ready to go back on camera. I might not look like it. I haven't shaved in about 7, 8 days, 9 days, but I'm feeling better. I sound better, hopefully, than our last little podcast we did the other night when I was laying on the couch dying. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk a little bit of golf. Get this fire out of my head for a little bit, and let's go.
Well, to be quite honest, when you tuned in on the old camera, I thought you might have been unemployed, maybe living down by the beach. But no, you look good. I like the beard, dude. It looks like you're a professional podcaster, which I appreciate. It's anyways. Let's hit on the first topic. If you're listening to this after September 1st, you missed it. Okay, September 1st coming up tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember whenever this podcast comes out. But we got the Aloha Press Classic. It's you got to go out, sign up before the end of September 1st. So, Jeff, looking forward to the tournament. We're slowly filling up. I realized last year we had a bunch of procrastinators, and this year they are following suit, signing up very late, which is all right.
Well, yeah, and that's the normal. I mean, anybody that's ever put on a golf tournament or a dinner or anything like that, people tend to wait till the last second. I don't know why, but we're going to fill it up. We're going to get to that mark that we had last year. We're going to have bigger and better festivities. God forbid, we're just praying that this goddamn fire stays away from South Lake Tahoe, away from state line, and we'll be good to go in about a month.
It's again, we talked to Edgewood. They're drawing a hard line. Okay, that line was it was definitely moved back a little ways, but I was insured. There's plenty of water on the golf course. It will not burn, and we'll be ready to go October 8th, 9th, and 10th. Do me a favor. Hey, this is a great opportunity to get your hotels. It's for whatever reason, I got my hotel like 5 days ago. It was like $400 to stay up there, and all of a sudden it was like $100 a night. So I would jump on that rather quickly to get your wherever you want to stay. Fucking Edgewood is like pretty cheap too. So I don't know if you guys want to stay there, but maybe invite us over to the room. I've never seen it, but I think it'd be good time to get your hotel.
Well, I kind of came up with a contingency plan too, just in case Edgewood doesn't have enough water, the lake doesn't slow down this fire. One of our loyal fans and a guy that was at the tournament last year, and he's coming this year with a couple of his family members. He's a farmer. I said, hey, you might have to load up some of that irrigation equipment and get up here because we're gonna fucking put a force field around this goddamn golf course.
Dude, I can only imagine us hauling up a bunch of water trucks, fucking setting our own fucking line for Edgewood, which would be pretty amazing. So if you guys already signed up, sign up right now. It's the alohapress.com/classic, and join us in Tahoe after this nonsense goes away. Jeff, the BMW Championship, buddy. I'm kind of riding on a little high right now. Okay, if you guys aren't aware, Jeff and I have had a year-long bet. It's race to the bottle. It is now tied at 0-0. I'm rather enjoying the victory last week with Dustin Johnson smoking Brooks Koepka, getting to that T6 spot, and I don't want to say I'm free and clear because we got 1 week left, but it's I might be going to Tahoe and getting some presents.
The tides have definitely turned because about a month ago I was looking at an 8-bottle lead with 3 bets on the line, trying to go double digits and rub it in. And now, I'm looking like I might be paying. But I figured something out today. Honestly, I was looking at social media for about 1 second before we got on here, and I realized why Brooks was a really bad pick last week, and he's a really bad pick this week because that motherfucker is so worried about his stupid charity or fucking event where he's playing Dave Portnoy left-handed, he doesn't really care right now about what's going on.
He's on the range at East Lake. We've got a report in. Okay, he's on the range at East Lake, practicing left-handed. It's he's going to the Tour Championship. He might play the first round left-handed to get a little practice round before this this Dave Portnoy fucking battle for his charity. Which, don't get me wrong, I love charity, but good God, you can't be donating bottles of booze to JC. It's that's incredible. I forgot about that event. I don't even know when that event is. I think it's next week or the following week before the Ryder Cup, but.
It's the 6th, I think, 6th or something like that. So it's coming up, and that's all he's worried about. That's all he's posting about. That's all he's practicing for. My bad for not realizing that when I made that pick last week. But I won't get suckered in this week. He is not on my list.
Good God, I forgot. Fuck. We'll see him at the range here in a couple days. It's if you guys aren't aware, it's I'm pretty excited about this week. But let's get into the BMW Championship. We got a lot to react to. Jeff, I mean. Not the fan favorites. Patrick Cantley gets the victory over Bryson DeChambeau after a 6-hole playoff. What did you think about the overall event, just in general, as the second playoff event here in the FedEx Cup playoffs?
I thought it was a great event. I like to see the guys go low, especially on a golf course that long. And obviously in the playoffs, you're always going to have big names up towards the top of the leaderboard because of smaller fields. The 6-hole playoff, it was great to watch. It was great TV. Should it have happened? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it was as great as everybody wants to make it, because it wasn't like these guys were going birdie for birdie. They did on the par 3 on the 4th or 5th hole. But essentially Bryson was just choking. He was hitting the drives, hitting the shots, and then missing the putts, and fucking Cantley's getting up and down from everywhere to extend this damn thing. So I really didn't think it was that great of a playoff, even though there was some excitement, and I wanted Cantley to win anyway.
It's I necessarily didn't want Cantley to win just because I knew where this playoff was going to go. They were going to play fucking 18 over and over and over, and it just wasn't going to be very exciting. It was going to be a fucking par fest. Bryson DeChambeau was quoted that he, by some of the other tour caddies, that he's an incredible putter. It has to. There's something to do with his putter when it comes down some pressure points. Like if he's got 8 feet, that's the last fucking guy you want putting. He is a fucking head case. He missed the entire hole. Patrick Cantley on the hole 18, 72nd hole, just buries one from about 35 feet. He's got an 8-foot uphill on the same exact line as Patrick Cantley and just pull hooks it. Like I thought he like chunked it to one point in time. And then on the 6th playoff hole, he sticks it to another 8-footer, little slider left to right. Fucking can't even get it to the hole. It's just Bryson. Good God, it's just it was not a very good afternoon putting. I mean, fuck, he still got to. What did they get to? 28 under or something stupid?
Well, you're exactly right about his putting, though, because it started back on Friday when he was chasing 59, and he has about a 6-footer that he misses on 18. And then it continued throughout the rest of the week. But he can make them from 50 feet like they're nothing. I mean, if they're for eagle, in 50-plus feet, he'll drain them. But you give him those short ones, you put a little pressure on him, yeah. And he's a crybaby too about it. I mean, he's not even close.
It was definitely a 2-horse race. I can promise you that. It was good. It was entertaining. I mean, Paul Azinger was fucking into it. Good God, after the 14th hole, everyone woke up because apparently, and this is what I love. I love about the access to media, because we get to hear some of the full story. They're on the 14th hole. If you guys haven't seen the clip, one, you need to sign up to the newsletter because I linked to it and had a little video, which was awesome. Bryson standing in the fairway after them being told, hey, you need to pick up the pace, okay? There's 70 golfers out here, okay? And you two are the slowest fucks, okay? Patrick Cantley is the slowest walker I've ever seen in my life. And Bryson, good God, he's analyzing every shot, every inch of fucking blade of grass, the wind, the forest fires in California. It just doesn't matter. He's analyzing everything. And Patrick Cantley is, called out for doing a little walking in front of him. I call it the Jeff Vladdy, but, Bryson backed away from his shot and fucking called him out on it.
Well, obviously Bryson wouldn't like playing with me because that's common in my group. But here's the thing: that's common on the PGA Tour. Those guys are always out in front of each other, getting yardages. The fans are constantly moving. If that's going to affect you, and I'm pretty sure it was behind him or to his left, so he shouldn't even have seen it when he was addressing the golf ball. He was just looking for an excuse, something to complain on if something went wrong.
We've been to those tournaments before. We've been around some of those players hitting shots. There's like herds of fucking people walking around. You got marshals waving their hands. They're fucking doing all kinds of crazy. You got the dipshit in the crowd yelling, potatoes, and you're gonna call out Patrick Kelly. It was just odd timing. It was odd because the camera frame is right behind Bryson, and you couldn't even see Patrick Kelly. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, this guy's fucking smoking crack. It was kind of. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think it was one of those things that was like leading up. For the last 14 fucking holes, he keeps walking by me, and it was just an opportune time. But I gotta ask, Jeff. I mean, what did you think about Paul Azinger just now bringing up like, oh, Bryson's making it personal. It's two gladiators with swords out there fucking fighting like the fucking gladiators. I'm like, what is this reference? One, they're not. These are golfers. This isn't fucking medieval times. We're not sitting at the fucking round table. There's no jousting here later. Just was. I felt kind of weird about it.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, the gladiator talk. I think that was too much. The one thing I will say is the one thing you don't know is when something like that happens to you. Some people get upset about it and they crumble and it affects them, and then some people use it as motivation. I'm assuming Patrick Cantley used that as some motivation, a little chip on his shoulder, a little extra fire, and he went out and fucking kicked his ass and made sure he got the W. Bryson just doesn't know how to communicate with human beings very well. He needs to, it's just through Stitch or the computer, I think, where he can actually talk to people. I'm sure he meant no harm by that. Maybe it was legitimately bothering him, but it also probably gave Cantley a little, pep in his step to, go fucking bury him.
He had no problem burying that putt on fucking 18 after they both make horrible fucking bogeys on hole 17. Like, Bryson's hitting a fucking pitching wedge from 190. Cantley dumps it into the water, and fucking Bryson just he looked like a fucking JC chip. Like, totally swooped right underneath it and fucking hit it fat. And then he goes out in two putts for fucking bogey. Patrick Kelly, there's no blood loss. And then sure enough, we already explained what happened on 18, but it just was, there's parts of Bryson's game that is mentally not very strong. And that short game, it gets sketchy quick.
Well, that was the tournament right there. That was the tournament in fucking a nutshell, because I actually didn't watch his chip. I saw Cantley put it in the water. Bryson came up a little bit short. I said, okay, it's over. He's going to have a 2-stroke lead going into 18. I come back and I see he's got 8, 9, 10 feet for par. I'm like, what happened? So I rewind it and watch that chunk of a chip. And I'm like, dude, you just blew it. You had it in the bag. He gave it to you. Patrick Cantley said, here you go. I'm going to dunk it in the water, make bogey. It's yours. All you got to do is make 2 pars. And he can't get it done.
It just, good God, it does not look good for the Ryder Cup team. We'll probably get into that a little later, but it's Patrick Cantley is your fucking winner at the BMW Championship. It seemed like the crowd was behind him at times. He looked very unemotional about the shots that he was hitting. I mean, he got a little excited there after he won the damn thing, but there was a little comment that we got, a little piece. Okay, initially Jeff and I were going to do the podcast on Sunday night, and we were not going to be privy to this information. And it was an article that came out from I believe it was ESPN when Bryson DeChambeau was leaving the grounds of the golf course on 18. It was explained by Cam Van Valkenburg. Pretty much writes. A patron waited until DeChambeau had walked by him, but was not out of earshot, then sneered from over the rope line, "Great job, Brooksie." DeChambeau spun around in rage and began briefly walking in his direction. Bryson DeChambeau is heard yelling, "You know what? Get the fuck out." He had rage in his eyes. But then the article continues, says, "Crisis averted. Thankfully, DeChambeau paused angrily, motioning for a police officer to handle the heckler, then continued his march up the hill. The entire exchange took less than 10 seconds. The PJ Tour has declined to comment, and also Bryson DeChambeau failed to stick around. This story kind of took over the victory for Patrick Haley. I mean, Patrick Haley goes out, wins like a couple $1 million. He's fucking in the first place. He's in the driver's seat for the FedEx Cup playoffs for the victory for $15 million. And you got Bryson fucking damn near teeing off of fucking fans.
Well, here's the thing. When is he going to do it? When is he going to just lose it enough to where he starts throwing punches, tries to tackle somebody? Because it's got to be coming. I mean, we've talked about this for the last year. It's boiling inside of him. He cannot handle that type of banter, that type of commentary from the fans. He's let it be known that it affects him, and he continues to. So at some point, it's going to boil over because the fans are not going to stop. You know, people don't stop doing things to you that affect you. If they don't affect you and they're pointless, then they'll stop. But it's coming to a head here shortly to where he's going to lose his mind. I just have a feeling.
I mean, Jeff, we were almost kicked out of a golf tournament due to someone's wife going underneath that magical barrier that they called the fucking ropes. That rope does not protect you from shit, okay? It's an easy, slippery slope when you just slide under that thing and tee off on Bryson. If you were a fan and someone in a professional athlete, okay, which, you know, Bryson Thick Boy, is coming at you telling you to get the fuck out, there might be a bladed stance in my future and me punching him in the face. It goes both ways, okay? That rope doesn't just protect fans. It also protects players. Like you said, there's a boiling point, and I think someone's going to get punched. I don't know if it's Bryson. I don't know if it's a fucking fan. I just think I'm going to agree with you. I think it's coming. I think it's coming quickly.
Well, hey, it's professional sports, man. You got to know whether you're baseball, basketball, football, golf. People pay money to come see you. That's why you make so much money. That's why these purses in golf are so humongous. It's because of the fans, because of the sponsors, right? You want them there. But it's good and bad. You're going to get heckled. You're going to get booed. You're going to get cheered for. You got to deal with it. That's part about being an athlete, man. This is nothing new. It's not like he's the first guy that's hated in a sport.
No, I mean, look, go take a mastermind or a fucking course from Patrick Reed. I mean, one of the most hated guys on the tour, and somehow fucking deals with it. Maybe Bryson, okay, needs to marry Patrick Reed's fucking crazy sister, okay, and those two fucking swab and knockers can fucking go teach them how to deal with the fucking haters, because you got a Masters champion, a U.S. Open champion who are just absolutely hated right now. We talked about in a couple other podcasts about how someone could deal with those types of situations. He's got to address the media, right? Like, for multiple weeks, he's avoided the media. An incident like this happens. You would think you would want to get your story out there first before an article written by an ESPN writer who I didn't even think ESPN was even at the show. Why isn't Bryson showing up to the media? This can't help the situation.
I don't know what's going on. We've talked about it in the past. He's got two options here. And he's taking the third, which is not working, which is letting it affect him and getting mad about it. He's either got to embrace it, right? Go fist bump those guys, pound one down the middle, win a golf tournament, go fist bump them, whatever. Or he's got to give a little bit back. He's got to talk shit back. He's got to make it personal and not get mad about it, but fire back. Kevin Kisner, I don't know if you saw, there was a little article about him this week too, right? Somebody gave him some shit for laying up, not going for it on a par 5. You know what he said? Why don't you go fuck yourself? You know, something like that. Like, end of story. Done deal.
Like, reading this article from ESPN, and I realized, like, this could have gone so great. He could have legitimately, like, the man move would have been turn around, you walked over to the guy and go, what the fuck did you say? Get the fuck out of here. And then you look at the cop and you go, listen, give me your fucking handcuffs. Okay, and then Brooksie, little citizen's arrest, okay, leg sweep, take the guy to the ground, and you fucking put him in check. And I guarantee you, Eastlake is not gonna have any fucking problems with Bryson DeChambeau, because he's gonna be a huge fan. We might be making other T-shirts for Bryson. There's an opportunity out there to fucking handle it the right way, and he's just not doing it. It just reading that, and I either want Bryson to punch someone, kick him, or a fan needs to step up and put your money where your mouth is. Because that fan, you're yelling it after he walks by. You're as bad as Brooks, in my opinion, or not as bad as Brooks, as Bryson, in my opinion. Like, you're no better.
Well, that's a very puss move. If you're gonna say it as they're walking by, say it to their face, because you got to man up. Like hecklers, that's the thing. You can't be that hidden guy. You can't be the guy in the back row trying to heckle. You can't be the guy after they've passed you. You can't be the guy that's hiding behind somebody. You got to come right out and do it. I mean, if you're gonna do it, come right out and do it. But all this drama, all this nonsense has now led to the PGA Tour trying to implement new rules that are just going to kill the game of golf and the viewership experience on site.
Well, it's ruining my experience because I'm going to fucking East Lake this week. I'm gonna be on the final day with the fucking champions walking down the fucking fairway. It's just Jay Monahan comes out every year at East Lake Tour Championship and answers some questions from the media. He pretty much said, like, what did he say? When you hear Brooksie yelled or you hear any expression yelled, the question is it that respectful or disrespectful? He said, at this point, it's disrespectful, and that's the kind of behavior that we're not going to tolerate going forward. How the fuck are you going to fucking police this? What if Bryson and Brooks are paired together and I yell, go Brooksie? What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to kick me out of the fucking tournament? You're going to throw me in the middle of East Lake in the hood and take my credentials away? And on top of that, are you going to shut down the beer booth? Okay? Like, are we gonna you guys aren't selling alcohol anymore? Because fuck it. You get a few fucking bros out there drinking too many beers. I have a feeling Brooksie's going to be yelled.
Well, a couple things I take from that. Exactly. What are you going to do? How are you going to police this? What are you going to do when a group of 30 people, 40, 50, 60 people standing around the tee box are chanting it at the same time? There's not enough cops at that fucking stadium or at that golf course that are going to be able to deal with that. First off, they probably throw the middle finger to you and say, handle it yourself, because it's a dumb rule. And then secondly, when you come out and say things like this to the media, all that does is rile the people up more. There's more people now that are going to go out and say it that probably wouldn't have said it in the first place, just to test it, right? Just to get that adrenaline rush, just to see. I got a feeling it's going to be an absolute shit show in East Lake. And not just because you're there, not just because the Aloha Press is there, not because you're wearing these fancy dancy new shirts that you might have made in time by there, but it's going to be a shit show, and it's going to be created by the PGA Tour.
It's crazy because you look at the end of the FedEx Cup Finals out of East Lake. Bryson DeChambeau 7 under, and then you've got Brooks Koepka that's 2 under. I mean, Brooks Koepka goes out day one and shoots a low number, and all of a sudden, these two dinglings are paired together. And I guarantee you, Atlanta Police Department is not going to be kicking people out from fucking yelling Brooksie. If Bryson DeChambeau tells a fucking Atlanta PD officer who is there on his day off collecting a check, hey, you need to go toss him out, I have a feeling he's going to go, no, I'm not. No, you can go fuck yourself, okay? You ever heard of the First Amendment? Like, what are you doing? Now I can't yell anything at sporting events? Like, what if Brooksie's on another hole? Like, now we're talking, it's just so stupid. I feel like Jay Monahan is the governor of fucking California, okay? It's just making up weird, dumb rules right before a fucking major event. Why is this the storyline? Do you think the FedEx shipping company that's half-ass shipping stuff around the world is proud to be, this is the hot topic? It should be their tournament.
And for Bryson, just win. Like, you've blown multiple tournaments this year that you should have won. Just win. Winning takes care of everything.
I mean, ask Tiger Woods, okay? Just win, baby. Just win, okay? Winning solves everything. I think the ad is still running. Okay, it pissed off the entire world and pissed off every cheated wife. But you bang out a few hookers, strippers. You cheat on your wife 70 million times, and then all of a sudden, just win, baby. Like, that's all you got to do, Bryson. And this shit goes away. It's crazy. Fuck. If I was Bryson, I'd put Brooksie on my fucking bag just to make it I would just make it funny. Fuck it.
He's got to do something, because what he's doing is not working, and it's hurting his game.
Oh, it is hurting in a bad way, and it's hurting his pocketbook. But there was another thing that, like, that popped up in the this conference that they had with Jay Monahan, him asking questions and answering things. It was the PIP, the fucking player initiation social media thing that we're going to give out $40 million. Jay Monahan explained that he's not going to tell the results of the 10 guys who are going to get a piece of this $40 million. Jeff, they made it known. They created this battle between, this social media aspect. In my opinion, they've got to release this list, right? Who's gonna take home this cash?
Absolutely. I didn't know that. This is the first time hearing of it. I think that's the dumbest thing that he could have said on top of this Brooksie rule. I mean, he must have had a horrible press conference. But how can you hype it up? How can you talk it up all year and then not reveal the results? I have a feeling it's not going to matter because whoever gets paid, especially the lower level guys that did well in this little contest, they're going to blast it all over social media themselves.
Well, there was one guy who wrote a little tweet after hearing this from Max Homa. He explains, I know the list. In unrelated news, I just bought a $6 million NFT. So he clearly has got a little inside knowledge. I don't know if he was half joking, but I thought he enjoyed it.
Somebody wanted to join the show here. He probably just got done killing something.
For everyone that's listening, Jeff just held up his cat. It's an outdoor cat, and the thing is beastly. It is gray, stealthy, and it's got like blood all over its face. It might have just killed something. What would it kill, a dog? Good God. Anyways. Yeah, kind of crazy. What else we got? What do we else got in the news media? Let's hear. Let's check the old the notes section of my the show. Let's see here. You want to get into the FedEx Cup Finals? We could put a bow on the old BMW.
Yeah, BMW. Hey, it was a good tournament. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch as much as I would have liked, but it was a good tournament.
I felt like, to put a bow on it, I thought it was a good tournament. I thought it was a good showing. Definitely brought a lot of content. I enjoyed the actual, the television coverage wasn't horrible. I will say, when you have 70 guys and most of them are I don't know, doing kind of fucking well, can we see all of them? Dustin Johnson, I swear to God, I never saw a single shot from him. He goes out there and shoots 20 under, times for a T6, and no clue. I'm checking the PGA Tour app to fucking figure out where he's at on the leaderboard to see if he kicked Brooks' ass. It just kind of drove me crazy. I'm like, what are we doing, NBC? But oh well, put a bow on it. I will say, East Lake, okay, final event of the year. It has rained nonstop here in Atlanta for fucking 2 days. It has been. I don't want to call it a hurricane because it ain't New Orleans, okay. But we're getting some of the tropical aspects of it. It fucking has not stopped. I've had flooding in my backyard, which is not really that big of a deal, but it just is. It's kind of wet out here.
Well, it looked like that. I saw some range sessions from the guys today, and they said it's going to be wet. It's going to be soft. They're going to go low. You're going to be able to. You saw what happens in wet conditions last week, especially when they get a couple rounds of lift, clean, and place. Those guys don't mess around when they can give themselves preferred lives. So I think you'll see a bunch of low scores again this week. But I think you're not going to have that same problem you had last week with only 30 players. They're not going to have enough bullshit in between shots to not show you everybody that's playing in this tournament.
Well, we'll see. It's rounding out the leaderboard, which if you guys aren't aware, this is the leaderboard where people they're handicapped. They want the guy who wins the tournament to actually win the $15 million. They had an incident a couple years ago where Tiger Woods won the event and no one gave a fuck about the FedEx Cup final winner, who I think was Adam Scott, or maybe not Adam Scott. Maybe I think it was Roy McIlroy. But rounding out the leaderboard at 10 under, leading the event before day one kicks off, Patrick Cantley, 8 under, sitting at Tony Finau, Bryson DeChambeau at 7 under, John Rahm at 6 under, Cameron Smith at 5 under, and then you got JT, Harris English, Abraham Ancer, Jordan Spieth, and Sam Burns sitting at 4 under. 3 unders, Colin Morikawa, Sung J M, Victor Hovland, Louis Oosthuizen, and Dustin Johnson. And then rounding out the rest of the group, 2 under, Roy McIlroy, Xander, Jason Kokrak, Kevin Na, Brooks Koepka. And at 1 under, you got Corey Connor, Sadecki, Stuart Sink, Joaquin Niemann, Scotty Scheffler. And then even par, you got Berger, Ruin, Sergio Garcia, Billy Horschel, and Patrick Reed. And on the news of ending out the top 30 guys in the FedEx Cup, Patrick Reed is going to make it. Apparently, I saw some Twitter. He can't afford a jet. He's going to road trip up to Eastlake, which I doubt.
Well, hey, he's gonna be back. He's obviously doing much better than his little stint in the hospital with the pneumonia. So I'm sure they're all happy to have him there.
I would hate to have Patrick Reed there. What the fuck are you doing here at the tournament with pneumonia? Okay, that I'm pretty sure that shit's contagious too. Okay, did you test for COVID and pneumonia? Like, is that a fucking test? It's just fucking kind of worried. Kind of worried about my own safety.
I think you'll be just fine. You know, drinking enough Jim Beam the night before, you'll wash that shit out. You'll be all right.
Oh no, I'll be completely fine. I'm gonna ride Patrick Reed like a fucking wild horse. It's gonna be fun. I haven't been close to Patrick Reed in a long time. I need to come up with a name for Patrick Reed. I don't know, like, because I keep looking at our YouTube channel. The most played video is our fucking Patrick Reed's a cheater video, which sits at about 10,000 views, which I'm rather happy about. We got to come up with a name for him.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, he'll do something this week that's going to get us talking. I guarantee it. He's been gone for a couple weeks.
He'll probably do something crazy. Anyway, so yeah, FedEx Cup Finals. I mean, leaderboard wise, Jeff. I mean, looking at this damn thing, playing for $15 million. Patrick Cantley. If you'd have said that in the beginning of the year, I would have never predicted Patrick Cantley anywhere near the top of this damn thing. Let alone Tony Finau and Bryson DeChambeau. Three guys who have not won a fucking major championship. That's probably my problem with this fucking list, to be quite honest with you. There's, in the top three guys, there's not a major champion on there.
Well, you know, and Patrick Cantley, now he's in the talk for player of the year. You know, everybody was ready to give that to John Rahm. You know, now you got Bryson, Cantley, and then I forget, they had four guys up there. I forget who the other one was. Morikawa, probably.
Probably.
But, you know, it's just crazy. I mean, what Cantley's done. I mean, the tournament he won early in the year seems like forever ago.
Oh my God. If I have no clue what tournament. I think it was in LA. I think that's all I know. It was in LA, and that's it. I don't even know who he beat. Rory McIlroy. He beat Rory McIlroy because Rory McIlroy walked down the fairway breaking multiple fucking golf clubs because he lost his mind. I do remember that. But I mean, looking forward to this week, Jeff. I mean, is this an event that you look forward to, and are you going to watch any of it besides Sunday?
I'm going to try to watch as much as I can. I really am. And I'm excited to watch golf this week again. I think, you know, the amount of money that's on the line for these guys just amps up the pressure. There's a lot of guys that are in the field this week that, you know, if they pulled off a miracle, $15 million is more than they've won in their career. You know, this is life-changing money for a lot of these guys. So yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to try to watch as much as I can. And, you know, I can't help but think back a couple years ago when Tiger won it and the scene on 18, it's got good vibes for me. You know, hopefully it's got good picks for me too, because we're putting 2 bottles on the line this week.
We got our own little like finish line for the race of the bottle. The thing I look at it though, what do you think about the actual format? Do you like the guy on Sunday winning the actual $15 million with this kind of handicap based system?
I do. I you know, I wasn't so fond of it when they first came out with it. You know, I thought it was gimmicky, but I like it because, yeah, what's the point of having somebody win the tournament and then somebody else, two ceremonies, 2 trophies? Fuck it, just handicap it, make somebody, you know, get after it and come from behind.
I agree with you, because if a guy like Patrick Reed, who hasn't played in fucking 2 weeks and just goes out and wins this tournament and then all of a sudden cashes in on $15 million, I'd be like, this is stupid. This is dumb. Like, I get it. Like, there has to be a guy who's going to play the best golf, but the field is limited. I mean, yeah, you're playing some of the best guys in the world, but I mean, it's not the best of the best. It's the 30 guys who are rather consistent throughout the year. They're not necessarily on the top of their game this particular week.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it last year. Dustin Johnson won, you know, the FedEx Cup, but he didn't win that last tournament, you know, straight up. If you take the handicap system away, you know, it'll probably happen again this week.
Probably. What so you want to get into some picks? I mean, what do we want to give the fans a little little sauce?
This is your show. This is your show.
Oh.
You get to make your picks first, and then I'm gonna have to fucking mix and match. I got a feeling after that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little hesitant writing down some of my picks. I mean, look at the odds. I mean, one, they're fucking confusing because it's a little different this week. It's so everyone that's listening, we're gonna go ahead and do we're gonna do a 2-bottle. One, we're gonna pick the guy who's gonna win the actual tournament, who shoots the best score overall, not handicap based, and then we're gonna pick the actual FedEx Cup winner, who's gonna take home the $15 million. Before we get into the picks, who do you think it would make the biggest difference for? Is there one guy that on that leaderboard that you think like, oh God, this would change his life pretty drastically?
Well, I mean, he comes to mind a name right off the bat. You know, he's down towards the bottom. Scotty Scheffler. I mean, this is money. This is stupid money for a guy like him. He's going to be around for a long time. He's relatively new, but you know, he's got a long ways to go to win the actual tournament. But if he pulled something like that off, that's just life-changing money, and you don't see that week in and week out with these guys because you know, $15 million is not normal to get in 1 week of work. That is not normal at all.
I'm with you. It's I look at a guy like Abraham Answer, who legitimately could like he could probably buy Mexico if he wanted to. $15 million, and he's a younger guy. He hasn't won a lot on tour. He's only got one victory this year at the WGC. I look at him and go, fuck it. $15 million would buy him a lot more tequila companies for sure. He would have his name on all kinds of shit.
He'd be able to upgrade. You know, he'd be able to get rid of Nick Swisher in his commercials and bring in a guy like Aaron Judge. You know, or if you want to bring in a retired Yankee, bring in Derek Jeter. I mean, you got stupid money to play with. You win this tournament.
I agree.
Nick Swisher, you just had to give him a couple bottles of tequila.
That's very true. Let's get into some picks with the FedEx Cup. So I'm gonna go. So let's start off with let's start off with the overall winner. No handicap based. I'm gonna go with a guy near the top, who I don't think has any chance at all to win the actual FedEx Cup playoffs, but I think is playing really good golf, and I think a soft golf course with his length is gonna get him the unofficial victory. And it's a guy who on Sunday no one's gonna even fucking talk about. It's gonna be Tony Finau. Tony Finau's gonna win this damn thing, and it's not gonna be an official win, so it'll be a little black eye to his little victory total.
All right, okay. Isn't he starting in second place?
He's starting in second place. He's sitting at 800. He's not winning the FedEx Cup. He's winning the tournament score wise, not the actual $15 million.
Well, I'm going to go with a guy that's at the bottom of the leaderboard, who I just talked about. Had some success here last year, played well. I'm rolling the dice, so I'm going to go with Scotty Scheffler straight up. He's not going to win the actual tournament for the $15 million, but he might win by best score.
That's a great fucking pick. He's a guy who just plays good golf. Just you don't really know anything about it. I mean, fuck, I think he's going to be paired with Billy Horschel, so you never know. All right. Well, I know this doesn't shock anyone, but I'm taking a long shot here with the FedEx Cup winner. I think this guy's had some bad luck. I think he's had a lot of good luck, but I think he missed out on a few $1 million early in the year, and I think this $15 million is going to make up for it. I'm taking Jon Rahm at 6 under to win the FedEx Cup playoffs.
So I appreciate that. I really do, because I actually had him as my pick too. But now you've opened the door. You've opened the door for me, and I would be just dumb if I didn't fucking take advantage of this. You've pretty much just said you're going to give me a 4-stroke lead before this tournament even starts. I mean, I had no intention of picking Patrick Cantley. I had zero. But if you're going to give me 4 strokes before we start, I got to do it. I got to do it. With bottle counts even, you know, I don't know how Scotty Scheffler is going to do. I'm hoping he's going to get me that win. So I'm taking Cantley. That's just being smart. That's all it is.
It might be smart. The only thing that makes me nervous about Eastlake the fucking thing is built like in a square, and there's OB everywhere. And it's not everywhere, but it's just in some spots. Yeah, I get it. I just know if I was standing on the number one tee and I had a 3-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau. Fuck, can you imagine just pull hooking one out of bounds? You're like, oh fuck, oops. I guess my lead is 1. Like,
right there it goes.
Make me nervous. All right, so
we'll
that's
see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Starts in what, a couple days?
Couple days. Jeff's got Patrick Cantley. I've got John Rahm. I'm literally taking, definitely a handicap there. That was not smart on me. I honestly, I thought you were going to go with a guy like Justin Thomas or Colin Morikawa or Rory McIlroy, someone who's played well here before. But hey, so be it.
Farthest down the board I was going was John Rahm. Honestly, I thought he's had a couple close calls. He's playing unbelievably well. But you took it, and I gotta take advantage of opening the door like that. But here's the thing: we'll enjoy golf this week. We'll watch it. But the real and most important thing is the deadline that hits tomorrow night, midnight. I mean, we gotta just impress upon the people. The tournament closing date is upon us. If you want to be there, please sign up now. The golf course will still be around. It's going to be there. It's not going to burn down. But we got to pay Edgewood. They still want their money. They don't care. They can always refund us, but we can't pay them in advance unless we got the money.
It's yeah. Edgewood's got a they as I stutter. Edgewood explained to me, they go, we don't have any open tee times. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, we haven't had an open tee time this entire year. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you didn't have like a 4 o'clock that just like didn't show up? They're like, nope, we sold it. So whatever you don't sell, you need to tell us right away, and we need your money because to guarantee those spots. So again, it's not Jeff and I like bugging you guys like, oh, we got to get you signed up. Like this, trust me. Jeff and I played in this golf tournament last year, and we thought 12 people would show up. So we just want as many people there to enjoy the company and the atmosphere of South Lake Tahoe. Hell, it's a lot of people might take this thing for granted. Like, oh, I'll go next year. No. Go this year, okay? Because California's got a weird fucking way right now, fucking burning down. So enjoy the fucking amenities in this beautiful state, and enjoy Lake Tahoe, enjoy the company. It's not expensive. Trust me, you will make your money back throughout the year. I promise you. Go sign up at thealohapress.com/classic and get her done.
Hey, and just to echo you a little bit, nothing's promised tomorrow. Last year we were dealing with COVID during this tournament time. Now we're dealing with wildfires. But I can guarantee you one thing. I make one guarantee at this golf tournament. The only way you're going to lose money at our golf tournament is in the casinos. Because with what you're going to get out on the course and the experience, from the drinks to the games to the gambling to the competitions we're going to have and the chance to win money from your golf game, you're not going to lose money. We're going to give you a lot of stuff. Now, if you mosey over to the casinos after 16 cocktails and a long day on the golf course, you might. But that's between you and Harrah's and you and Harvey's, not us.
It's not with us. Don't go to the Lucky Beaver, okay, and sit there and order some drinks and dump $60 into the poker machine and try and play a little Texas Hold'em, okay? Or play one of those other like Fodunko or what is that, Sudoku, or one of those fucking stupid games like pick a color, which hand's the coin in. Don't play those stupid gimmicky games. Trust me. If you want to play a game, play it out on the golf course. Jeff, what's the one highlight you think about of last year's Aloha Press Classic that you thought that was surprisingly fun to you?
Honestly, it didn't even have anything to do with golf. And golf, by far, one of my most favorite sports in the world. That's my favorite course in the world. So you would think it'd be all about golf, but it wasn't. It was about hanging out with the people that were up there Saturday night. Friday night at the suite was nice. Everybody kind of gets to mingle, but it's the day you're coming in. So it's kind of quick. You see people, they got to go eat, they got to go check in their hotels. But Saturday night, nobody's got a worry in the world. First round's under your belt. You get to go out to the casinos. We all met up at the Fire Bar. We're going to try to do it again out in front of the Hard Rock and just relax and just have fun and talk shit, talk about golf, talk about life, and get to know people. I mean, like you talked about in your anger bang the other night, the contacts you make, the people you meet, you know, the phone numbers you got saved in your phone that you've been texting with, you know, all year, getting ready for this tournament again. So that was the most important and the funnest part for me last year.
It's I'm with you. It was a good time. I'm gonna have to say I agree with everything you just said. I'm gonna disagree with you in the sense of my favorite part was definitely, I want to say, the competition. Like, we don't get a lot of competitive golf in your life. You don't get this type of golf very often, and you don't get to play a golf course like the same golf course 2 days in a row with a different setup. That's, for me, it was one of my favorite parts because it's not the same golf course. Usually these tournaments, you play a couple day tournament and it's just like, it's the same setup, the same pins, the same everything, and it's just kind of obnoxious. Edgewood is taking care of we got the Aloha Press tees, we got the Aloha Press flag sticks out there. It's gonna be unique golf and a unique golf course at one of my favorite golf courses and one of the most beautiful places in the world. So it's I'm looking forward to it, buddy. So get on the website and sign up.
And one more thing, just to speak on that, the golf. It was different both days last year. It's going to be different both days this year. You're not going to see the same course that we put together last year. You might see an easier version one day, a harder version one day. We want to see some birdies. We know that sometimes the wind can get tough up there and the conditions can get tough. They make those greens like lightning. So, you know, you might see an easier setup this year. But we want to see low scores. We want to see guys have fun. And you throw in the tee markers and the flag sticks, forget about it. It's over.
It's pretty incredible what we're doing. So come join us in Tahoe. And with that being said, Jeff, have a good week. Fucking shut that fire down sooner than later. Okay, we'd like to be able to get to Tahoe. I don't know if we got a helicopter in or what, but we'll get there. Really appreciate it, buddy, and good luck for your picks. I will be the screaming idiot. Okay, threatening to fight people. It might be Patrick Cantley. I don't know what kind of nickname I'm going to give him out on the golf course, but come 18, okay, him and John Rahm are battling for that FedEx Cup playoffs, that victory, that trophy, that $15 million. There might be some dipshit jumping in the lake or something. You never know. It just, I would tune in to your telecast to see some crazy Italian maybe screaming at Bryson. You never know what happens.
Attaboy. I look forward to it.
Fucking bail money, something. Up those limits on those credit cards. Okay, we got
Western Union coming in hot from fucking Walmart.
All right, buddy. Really appreciate it. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, later, brother.
Wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart rolls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.